everyone, it's Shamila Ramjawan from Johannesburg, South Africa, your Red Corner Show host for today. National Women's Day South Africa is celebrated annually on the 9th of August. On this day, South Africa commemorates on which 20,000 women of color marched to the Union buildings in Pretoria to protest against amendments to the Apartheid laws on the 9th of August 1956. Considered Women's Month in South Africa, August is a time in which we celebrate the iconic South African women that fought in the struggle against apartheid. Women's Month is also a time where we empower, honor, and celebrate the beauty and strength of South African women in our society today. But not only that, the Red Corner Show celebrates 1 year in August. So kicking off for Women's Month and our celebration, today I have Dodgen, the Director of Dodgen Consulting Services and Administration Services, as well as Ladies of All Nations South Africa Ambassador. Hello, Luann, how are you doing?
Hi, Shamila. I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome, thank you. Thank you so much for chatting to me and being my first guest on the show for Women's Month.
It's awesome. Well, first of all, happy first birthday, Red Corner Show.
So amazing. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. I'm trying to, I'll just avoid the tears. I'll try to hold back the tears because it's such a beautiful month for me. You know, this was a brainchild that I started during COVID, and I found that, you know, with just being in lockdown and having to go through all the stresses and trauma of COVID-19 and not having to hug people and be with people and see and speak to people, I decided to start the Red Corner Show. And I've had over 150 inspirational people from across the globe that have come on to share their stories and just inspire others. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. I remember that I watched your very first show and I've tuned in as often as I possibly could. So I love the Red Corner Show. Thank you so very much. You've been such an inspiration. You've been my mentor, and you have carried me through so many phases in the last couple of years without you even knowing it.
Wow. Thank you, Luann. Thank you so much. Just to start off, maybe tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
All right. I'm Dodgen. I am from West Beach in Cape Town, just on the border between Tableview and Bloubachstrand. I am the Director of Dodgen Consulting and Administration Services, the founder of Club that I did 5 years ago. I am also the ambassador for Ladies of All Nations South African chapter. And I have, in December last year, received a Woman of Wonder award by Panache International, which you nominated me for. And that was a life-changing event and a turning point in my life. And since last year, I have to levels that I never even thought would ever be possible. So thank you very much for that. I'm a mother of one, blueprint, 12-year-old daughter. She is a mini-me. I get to deal with myself, a mini-me, on a daily basis. And I am married to Sergeant Greg Dodgen. So he is at the Crime Prevention Unit at the Tableview Police Services. So that's me in a nutshell.
Wonderful. Luann, best regards to Luanita, your 12-year-old amazing princess, and I'm hoping that we can get her on the show as well during Women's Month.
Well, she is very excited to be on the show.
Lovely. So just, you know, we always talking about, this is like the topic on everyone's, the tip of everyone's tongue right now, COVID-19 and how it's affected you, your business. I know you had new startups, you had to close doors. And just on mental health issues, you know, how did you cope with all of this? The good and the bad, if you want to share with us.
initially wasn't that bad for me. 2 months before lockdown hit and COVID-19 hit South Africa, we relocated from Pretoria to Cape Town, which had, was already a big adjustment for us. We were in new surroundings. Lockdown hit, I had to pick up my entire life and come and start over in Cape Town, being a city girl that I am from Gauteng. That itself was very difficult. Then when regulations were, relaxed a bit, I decided to take over some businesses in the hospitality coffee shops industry. And that went fairly well. It was hard work. And tax practitioner and business consulting practice along with coffee shops was quite a challenge. But what I neglected was looking after myself. Being the person that I am, I always give and give and give and just give. So mental health was put on the back seat. You always think I'm the strong woman and it will never happen to me. Then last year in September, I realized that I was heading downhill. Starting to struggle, had to go, started having to go to treatment, which progressed to, my stress levels progressed to such a point that in January this year, I had a blackout due to stress. And on the 7th of April this year, I had a major blackout on the R27 in Table View. Thankfully, I was rescued by this amazing law enforcement traffic officer, which was at the right place at the right time. And that was a turning point in my life. That made me realize that I cannot go on like this. Mental health is to take care of your mental health and to take care of yourself is of absolute critical priority. So it impacted me to such a point that I hit rock bottom. It affected my physical health. It affected my family health, my family life, relationship, and being the person that I am, not having a lot of friends and being in a new environment, it had a very big impact on me as a person. So since April this year up until now, I have slowly come back to being me again. And it's been a road to recovery. And I am now focusing on also looking out for other women and to teaching them to take care of themselves. So how do you go down this road of self-care and having mental health issues to, to reach out to each other, to support each other, and to get through this?
Okay, so did you actually start a support group as such?
Not a support group as such. It's basically, you share your story or you see someone share their story on social media, you reach out. I had actually an incident this morning on the beach where someone phoned me to tell me, listen, there's this lady with this baby. She's in tears walking on the beach. And I asked her, are you okay? And she said, no. I took her home. And on the road home, she told me, she says, I think I'm suffering from depression after I had my baby. So exchanging numbers and, just telling her, you're not alone. If you want to go grab a coffee, let me know. Let's go grab that coffee. We need to let the women in this world know that they are not alone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything that you do. That is amazing. Well done on that as well. We need more people like you, just to give other people the time of day and that support structure. Because, COVID-19 has affected so many people mentally. And, I must say, I recently had a meltdown as well, because I just suddenly felt that the whole world is crushing on me. And, there's so much you can handle, I think. But, and people don't talk about this. And I think it's so important to share your stories and talk about it, because almost everybody is going through the same thing, but we're not sharing. We need to share experiences and also tell people how to deal with it, how to handle it.
Yes, absolutely. And everybody deals with it differently. And everybody's self-care routine is differently. A lot of people would see self-care as reading a book on their own. My self-care routine is on a Sunday night, I drive down to the beach and I sit in my car and I just watch the sunset. I watch Table Mountain and I just watch the ocean because I live 800 meters from the beach. So
You
that's
are so lucky.
so I get the most beautiful view of Robben Island, the ships, Table Mountain, and the routine for the last couple of months. And, so you need to take that time just to reflect, that time just to gather yourself and, mentally heal and gear yourself for the next week. And you need to do that often. A lot of times I get overwhelmed and then I just tell everybody, listen, I'm leaving. And they know that don't bother me. I'm heading for the beach.
You're so lucky. You are fortunate that you have the beach and you're living in one of the most beautiful parts of Cape Town, I must add, and I'm very jealous.
Yeah.
But I'm going to visit you soon. Definitely have to. We were supposed to do that in July, but we couldn't do that. Definitely, it's on the cards. We are going to be visiting you soon. But just in terms of business, Luann, you've had the ups and the downs, and so much has happened in the last 18 months. Do you want to share anything with the audience?
In the last 18 months, I took over management of 5 express coffee shops. And due to lockdown and the impact that had, in the last week, I have shut 4 cafe stores. Literally within 48 hours, it's a bittersweet experience for me. It gives me more time for myself and to focus on my passions. My passions include my community work. It includes my, my family and my, having work.
I think we're having a bit of technical difficulty there because I'm losing you. It seems like it's my internet connection that's unstable. So I think I lost you where you said, where you mentioned the coffee to go.
Do you have me? Am I back?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. All right. Shut 4 cafes. It's been bittersweet for me. Okay, so in the last 18 months, after relocating to Cape Town, I have built up and took over management of coffee shops. And, you've invested so much of your time, your love, and your energy. And having to make the decision to literally shut doors in the last 48 hours it was a bittersweet moment for me. Taking pressure off myself as my health has suffered tremendously in the last couple of months, but also, having my babies go and see that, I've worked so hard for this and losing this has been heartbreaking. So lockdown has definitely had a tremendous impact on our lives. It's not just loss of income for me, it is loss of income for staff members who are now also unemployed, which is heartbreaking. It's not a decision that was made lightly, but you have to look forward and you have to face the future. But now it gives me time to focus on my passions. It gives me time to build up my practice again and to invest more time in my community work. I haven't spent a lot of time with my creche in Mitchell's Plain, which I started in February. And so now I can get back to visiting them again once a week. So yes, the good goes with the bad, but I am still looking very much forward to the future and to, rebuilding my practice and rebuilding our lives again.
It's the saddest thing when you have to lose so much, but, I wish you the best of luck. We always say, believe in God's plan. God has bigger plans for you, and I know you're going to make every success of whatever you embark on. So good luck on that. LOANI, what would you, or advice that you would give to people out there, entrepreneurs or startups, just 5 tips on being a businesswoman?
5 tips. You have to take care of yourself. Take time to take care of your mental health. Seeing a doctor, there's nothing wrong with that. Take care of yourself. Your self-care routine is very, very important. Whether it is reading a book, whether it is going to sit at the beach. Surround yourself with positive, impactful people. I have had you, Daksha, my sisters of the Ladies of All Nations International Group. I have had my friends, I formed a group of contacts, supplier-wise, which have been amazing and supportive. And, my family has been very supportive. So you need to get rid of the negative elements in your life. Unfriending someone on social media shouldn't make you feel guilty. If you see someone sharing negative things on social media constantly, get rid of them. I had a particular person that did exactly that. Every day when you open your Facebook, it was just negativity coming through and through and through. And that was pulling me down. So get rid of those negative thoughts. It's not always possible to just think the positive and to be motivated. But the days that you do feel demotivated, you need to go and look for those inspirational quotes. Then also, if you can, educate yourself. Places like Open University in the UK has got hundreds of free courses that you don't have to pay for. Educate. There are accounting courses, there are business courses. And you know what, you get a little certificate. Google has got courses. Keep busy. And then always, always, family comes first. Don't make the mistake that I made. I'm a total, absolute adrenaline junkie. I will work night and day. Celeste, my neighbor, always fights with me because when I'm 4 o'clock in the morning, I will ask on the street group, anybody else without internet? And she says, and you're supposed to be sleeping. But anyway, so you need to focus on your family. You need to take care of yourself, and you need to focus and align your priorities. And then lastly, I saw this most beautiful quote earlier today, just before this, and I would like to share it with you. You can just quickly find it. Here it is. She chased the rainbows, and never once was it after gold, for it was merely about the feeling of being alive and finding herself at the end of it. There's no greater treasure in this world than knowing you are made from the things that you believe in. So you need to go after what you believe in. Follow your dreams. My late brother, who we just celebrated his 7th year death anniversary, taught me that you live your dreams and you live your passions, because you never know when will be your last day on this earth. There are people that are in their 60s, 70s, 80s that can't say that we've ever done what they were passionate about or lived their dreams. He was only 23 years old and he lived his dream. He lived his passions when he passed away. So, yes, if you want to do anything that is purposeful in your life for yourself. You go after what you want and you live your dream.
Love it. What a nice way to end the first chat on Women's Month with LOANI Dodgen from the Western Cape, Cape Town, South Africa. LOANI, thank you so much for sharing such inspiration to, it's going to be millions of people out there, because this is a global chat show. And I really appreciate the fact that you accepted my invitation to come on the show and be my first guest. And I wish you everything of the best. I know you're going to reach for your dreams. You're going to follow your passion and purpose, and you're going to achieve whatever's in store for you.
Thank you very much for having me, Shamila, and thank you very much for being my absolute inspiration and mentor. And I love you and that show so very much.
We love you too. Thank you, LOANI. To the audience out there, if you would like to be on the chat show this August, the diary is already filling up, but we can make a plan. So please drop me an email, redcornershow@gmail.com, and let's get chatting, and you will never know who you might inspire as well. LOANI, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of Women's Month.
Thank you. Happy Women's Month.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.